Hey everyone, Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs here. During Black History Month, we're sitting down and talking with influential people in our community about what Black History Month means to them. So today I'm joined by Clarence Swearengen.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me.
So tell us about Clarence Swearengen in your life.
I am a former University of Tennessee athlete. I played college basketball at the University of Tennessee from 1987 to 1989, and was fortunate enough to leave the University of Tennessee and play professional basketball. I played 10 years of professional basketball, a brief stay with the Denver Nuggets, and I spent 9 years in Europe, in Germany and in Austria, enjoying that lifestyle. And then I came back after playing college basketball, received my master's degree from the University of Tennessee, and began coaching. I coached under Buzz Peterson there and Jerry Green at the University of Tennessee. And after we were dismissed from that job, I got into education, and this is year 23. 2 years at the University of Memphis, or 1 year at the University of Memphis, and then I got into the Memphis City school system and taught there for a couple of years, and came back to Knox County School. This is my, I want to say 18th year, 23 years total in the state, and so I'm proud to just being in a position where I can impact the lives of others.
You hold an important piece of trivia in the history of Thompson-Boling Arena. Can you talk about that?
I did, man. I scored the first 2 points in Thompson-Boling Arena in 1987 on a slam dunk, man. I never forget that.
In style too.
I told him, I said, I want that picture posted in Thompson-Boling Arena. It should be posted. Dawn Marsh and I guess during that time, we had the girls' game. They played right before us, and Dawn Marsh was the first female to score. And I was the first male to score in Thompson-Boling Arena. A lot of people don't know that history.
There you go. Can you tell us a little more in depth about your high school years and then your journey to getting to the University of Tennessee?
When I came out of high school, I didn't have the grades. All right, so I had a coach who didn't push me enough academically. I ended up having to go to junior college. So I went to junior college at Connors State College in Warner, Oklahoma. Graduated from there, and the University of Tennessee, University of Georgia, University of Alabama all offered me scholarships. And I told my mom, I said, if I go to University of Tennessee, if I go to Providence, if I go to those schools, you won't get a chance to see me play. But if I stay at the University of Tennessee, it's right down the road from Memphis, you can see me on TV. So I chose the University of Tennessee, and I tell you what, man, it was the best move I ever made, because I have connected with so many good people in Knoxville who has influenced my life and has mentored me to be the person that I am today. People like Halloran Hill and Dr. Black from the University of Tennessee, and just to name a few people who have made a big difference in my life.
Dr. Harold Black?
Dr. Harold Black,
economist?
Yeah. Yes.
He's awesome.
Yeah, Dr. Harold Black was, he was actually my mentor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when I signed with the University of Tennessee, he was one of the first people that I met on campus. He brought me to his office. He wanted me to major in finance and business. I was like, man, I'm not doing that. I'm going sports administration, and that's what I want to do, because that's what. But man, yeah. So we talk a lot, man.
Dr. Black's amazing. For folks who don't know, he was actually a governor on the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond for a while. So he's the real deal. He's big time.
Hey, great stuff.
So that's a great mentor for you, man.
no doubt,
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah,
But speaking of mentors, you have taken on that role in some of our middle schools, and you've been kind enough to have me come in and talk to some of the young men in your Real Talk mentoring program. Can you talk about that and why it's important?
Oh man, definitely. We started Real Talk at Vine Middle School it was in 2009, 2010 with 4 kids. And then so people started to hear about the different guest speakers that we had coming into Vine to speak to the kids. And before you knew it, there was 3 schools. There was 2 schools here, 3 schools there, 4 schools, and the program ended up expanding. And so I ended up bringing in doctors, lawyers, just people who were influential to our community to come in and speak to the kids. And man, the program is now, we have over 450 kids in the program, and I'm focusing now on just mentorship and the benefit of having good people come in and pour into your life. And
It really is an amazing program, and always kind of strikes me with young people, when you're talking to them and you don't think anything's sinking in, but then you see results sometimes years later, and I've had this happen with me. Something I said to someone stuck, and
Oh, yeah, man.
they're kind enough to tell me about it years later. It's awesome.
Yeah, and that's what I love about the program, because I've seen that now. Kids who were in the program when we first started in 2009, 2010, they have come back now, and they're my guest speakers, and I'm like, man, wow, the program has really impacted lives. I mean, and that's what we want. That's why doing what we do is important to me, is because I get an opportunity to see kids who were participating in the program. Now they're coming back as guest speakers in the program, and telling kids like, hey, I was sitting in those seats, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, and I've graduated from college, and if I can do it, so can you.
I once heard Governor Haslam say that education is the great equalizer, and I absolutely agree with that. I think that, take it a step further, economic opportunity that to me is the great equalizer, but you can't take advantage of that without an education, without the knowledge of how to do that. And I think that's part of the reason that, schools are so important, not only as a community hub, but also in preparing young people to go out and, no one hands you anything in this world. And we always say, these opportunities, but you create your own opportunities. You did, and I did in many things. And it's showing young people that, the entrepreneur skills, business skills, different ways that they can make a living and have an impact on the world. So last question, what does Black History Month mean to you?
There have been so many different leaders that have come through in the past who have made a great impact on society and great impact on our lives. We've stood on the shoulders of so many great leaders, and I hope that one day, people are talking about me as I leave a legacy to my son and to my family.
Well, you're doing that, and in your own life, you've overcome some challenges and seen a lot of success, and now you are paying it forward and passing on what you've learned to young people. So we all appreciate that. We're very proud. Thanks, Clarence. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man, for having me, man. I appreciate that, man.